40 chess. Yeah. 40 chess. 40 chess. Let's get it.
Yo, is that Tito?
40 chess. 40 chess. Hey. 40 chess, this a trade show. Patreon where the trades go. Tap in and watch, that's what you came for. Ain't gotta say my name, they know my name, bro.
What's good, man?
We got McNutted in ATM. Always start off the show with a trade from them. You should always make sure that your trade is in. Patreon, why not be a Patreon? Know you wish you could spend every day with them. Tap in and say what you gonna say with them. South Harmon could fill up a stadium. Next time you log in, make sure that you bring a friend. We about to kick off, let the day begin. Go follow the socials. 40 Chess FF is posted. If your trade is an F, you get roasted. Go like and subscribe for the crew. Apple, Spotify, and the YouTube. You know Cooper got the warp too. Let us give you a walkthrough. 40 Chess. This is 40 Chess.
What's good, everybody? Mock Draft Monday, Mock Draft Mayhem. We are back at it again. As always, I'm joined by Fizzle and Koopa, and it is Combine Week.
Yes, sir.
I'm so excited. Combine, Underwear Olympics, boys. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah. I'm all about watching men in underwear run around.
I don't know if I'm 100% agree with you on that one, Coop, but I've been ready since that had my Holmes touchdown, man. Since the final play and the confetti drop, man, I've been ready. So it's time.
It's coming. It came fast.
Yo.
Really did. Just means that the NFL draft is going to be here before we know it. That's crazy to think about.
Yep.
And then we get the doldrums of summer, unless you're a big baseball fan, I guess. You got that to go on. I guess I got the NBA Finals, like in June. But after that, July stinks.
Absolutely nothing.
July stinks. Most of August stinks. It's terrible.
Yeah,
Just wind it down.
That's when you rest up. You get ready for the season coming.
Yeah, rest up. Start preparing. Cole World's up in here. Let's go, Johnny Detroit. I guess we had a Kittle Muth trade. Let's see if that got done.
The real was you crazy, man. You crazy.
DB's up in here. Redwoods, no place he'd rather be. Ron Sin, what's happening? Alan Kuhn, Ridge Runner 17. Shannon is on the clock too, by the way. So just so you know, picking for the Bears. Fizzle prefers no ones. Wow, that's out of pocket.
Yeah, that's the lingerie league, man. I like that one. That's for sure, brother.
Crystal Lake Skywalkers. All right, let's get this thing up in here. Let's get going. I mean, we're doing 2 rounds again. Keep it. We're gonna move up to 3 at some point here, but we gotta get efficient with 2. So, Shannon, you are up with the Chicago Bears, first pick, and the Commanders on deck. Mighty Booch looks like his pick's already in, depending on what Shannon wants to do. So, DB, do we got anything special out of you tonight? And please tell me no Bo Nix. I'm pretty sure I took the Broncos, so we don't have to worry about it this week, boys.
I don't know how many teams DB got, man, but you know you're going to make 8 trades before we leave out of here.
Caleb Williams, ho-hum, Bears up there. Mighty Booch he wanted round 1, pick 2, already locked it in. I wonder what would happen if it had gone a different direction at 1, but he wants Jaden Daniels to the Washington Commanders. Fizz, you talked about this with E on America's Game. Jaden Daniels to the Commanders. Fan base like it?
Man, that's the 100. Every Commander fan I know is 100% Jaden Daniels, or they scratching their head like, And it's not that Drake May isn't a great quarterback. I 100% believe he can be a great quarterback. But like I said, I'm from the city. I know the vibes, and Jaden Daniels is the right QB for the city, man. So
I liked your reasoning too, right? Just behind it. It's got more of that RG3 feel, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You get another guy in there like Drake May. No offense to him, he's my QB1. I love what I see from him. But, I'm not going to argue or sit here and pound the table that it has to be that way. But you get a guy like him in, you're right. Your analysis on could it be another Sam Howell, Carson Wentz situation? Like, do they sour on him if it's, a year and a half of meh kind kind of play. Doesn't really take it over the top. It feels like Jaden Daniels, they ride with him. They'd ride out his rookie contract for.
Man, I'm telling you, man, they would give him the length of the broom or whatever the phrase is. He ain't got to go out there and win them 100 games in 2 years. Like, he can go out there and be mediocre, and they're gonna stick behind him. And I just believe that's the right pick if Caleb is gone. So
feel you. Thanks, Castle Black. Appreciate it. 7K. Next stop is 10K, just like Redwood said. So we will here probably towards the end of March. Just kind of keep it on your timeline. Keep a lookout. We're gonna have a massive giveaway. Massive. There's one thing behind me. Well, you can't really see it, but there's a nice Tyreek Hill helmet that I've been asked about would I ever give it away. Yes, we'll be involved.
Sir.
We'll be involved. Phone lines are open for the Falcons, Vikings, and Eagles. Thanks, DB. I'm the one lollygagging here. I'm on the clock, but mock draft season, we see a lot of chalk. Most of our drafts have actually been chalk, but I want to do something just a little bit different, right? Just throw a monkey into the wrench, a wrench into the monkey, however. What's it? Monkey wrench. Let's go. Marvin Harrison, and people would hate it. Koopa, if Marv went to the Patriots, what are your thoughts initially?
My initial thought is, am I allowed to say I'm not as surprised? Like, I feel like the Patriots are the kind of team that they could be like, hey, we don't like Drake May. Like, he's just not our guy. We don't like JJ McCarthy enough to pick him at 3. And if nobody's giving him a good enough offer, what do? You go get Marv. And they don't have the wide receiver room to be like, oh yeah, we can pass on a guy like Marv and get some other position. There's not. You get the generational prospect while he's there, and you move on from it. And they either don't address quarterback this year, which could be the case. They just say we're going to roll out Mac Jones again, and then maybe they're in this spot next year and they try again, and hopefully they like one of the quarterbacks then. Or they try to address it through free agency or a trade with somebody or something like that. But yeah. I wouldn't be terribly surprised. I would think that every Cardinals fan in the world is screaming their head off, cursing the Patriots.
Yes.
But I don't know who has the Cardinals here, but I would think that you aren't going to be as upset when you see who they have available for them after Marv.
One of the things about Marv, Daniel Walker brought up, he's not going to run at the combine. Apparently no pro day, no private workouts, nothing like that. He asked, do you think he slides a spot or two in the NFL draft if that happens? I unequivocally, my opinion would be absolutely not. He's standing on his business. And
for sure.
Kind of like when Jamar Chase came out, but just slightly different, right? We didn't see Jamar Chase the year before. He opted out of that season, didn't play. So him working out or doing some drills, they had their little kind of like pro day thing and did some workouts for teams. Like he kind of needed to because they hadn't seen him recently. We just saw Marv a few months ago. And the last time we saw Marv, he's dynamic, clear wide receiver 1. In my opinion, a lot of people have him pretty close with Malik Neighbors. And while I agree Malik Neighbors is awesome, at least when I watch the film on it, it's like Marv is just that little notch above. So if any NFL team made the mistake of letting him slide a little bit farther than he should, shame on them. This dude is just a monster, absolute monster.
I don't know. Maybe this is just me, but if I were a GM, I would not like to see somebody pass on everything. As long as they're healthy, they should at least do something. I don't care whether whether you decide I'm only going to do my college's pro day or I'm only going to do like the private team workouts or whatever it is. Do something. Let yourself be seen up close by these teams.
I can understand that. Yeah. I think a lot of it though, he's probably getting real good advice from his dad. It's like, listen, you got nothing to gain.
I wouldn't do nothing. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't. Look, I'm out.
I think a private workout could be the case though, because then you aren't being compared to anyone else.
That's fair, but I've also heard these guys in their private workouts. Sometimes they snap an Achilles or something, and it's for what?
Like if would Brock Bowers have to do anything to prove anything? Like he's the clear number one tight end in his position. So if I was him, I wouldn't have much to really show at my position. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nobody else near me at tight end. So what do I need to prove at the combine or at a pro day? You know what I'm saying? It's like I wouldn't mind an interview in part, but I don't have to show you guys anything at the tight end position. Nobody in this draft class is near me, so I wouldn't show up if I was Brock Bowers.
Smitty told the NFL to piss off too. Seemed to do all right for himself.
Yeah, man.
It's like go check last season when I won the Heisman.
Facts. Mike said, stand on business, man.
Stand on business. Shannon was excited though. He still ran to the podium to take Malik Neighbors, so we still get that Cardinals wide receiver that we all want for Kyler Murray. So nice pick there. I'm picking for the Chargers.
That's tricky, man, because do you think somebody would just trade up and get Drake? Man, I don't see the Giants. The Giants might be scratching. Man, I don't have name one of these teams. So I'm just talking, but I don't see Drake May sliding past 4, man. Like I don't know.
I would think a trade up would be likely at some point.
100%. Yeah.
Broncos, Falcons, Vikings,
even the Giants. The
Giants possibly. Yeah. I think I think a good thing to keep in mind is probably about a week ago, maybe a little bit before we had the salary cap finalized, it was a lot tougher for some of these teams like the Chargers, the Saints, the Giants to make moves, right? The Chargers salary cap hell, but they had the quarterback locked down. The Saints kind of have a quarterback lockdown, but definitely in salary cap hell. Like we talked about, they couldn't really move on from Derek Carr. Giants were going to eat a massive L if they moved on from Daniel Jones. All of a sudden, you find out that the salary cap's going to be about $30 million more than it was last year, right? And all of a sudden, you go, oh, okay, all right, maybe some of this is a little bit more possible. So we'll see what the Giants do here. But I'm with you, Fizz. Trade up is possible. Brock Bowers has been a pick here. We've had Malik Neighbors. I'm going to go back to the well, though. Jim Harbaugh's in there. Let's share up that offensive line a little bit more, especially on the right side. Joe Alt. Put him in.
Yeah.
Speaking of the New York Giants.
Over.
Me. We've taken a lot of wide receivers, offensive linemen. But to your point, Fizz, I can't see Drake May falling past him if that was just a fall in their lap. So I'll go ahead and take the Drake May for the Giants here. And so long, farewell, Danny Dimes.
Now, I say this. If a team offers the house, like the Broncos come up and say, look, we're going to give you this. I can see the Giants say, hey, you can have them for that, you know?
Yep. But, peace out, man.
Yeah, for sure. They can go two different ways, but I don't see Drake May making it past the Giants without a trade or getting picked.
Marv going to leak his own video of him smoking out a gas mask so he falls to a competitive team. Love it. Koopa, you're picking for the Titans. Who you got here?
I think the Titans are a little disappointed that Joe Alt went in front of them, but they're going to stick with their plan, and they're going to go Olu Fashanu.
Fashanu. I like that. Just get him that offensive lineman. Anyway, be happy with whoever you get.
Yeah, there's 3 good ones right in this range, and I think they're in a position that they're going to guaranteed get one of them for sure. And it's just they're going to pick whichever one's the highest on their board at the time.
Yep. Dynasty Barry is up with the Falcons. I think last week I picked for the Falcons, did I not? We had J.J. McCarthy there?
Yeah, I think you went McCarthy there.
See what DB does this week. Yeah, I think we're pretty much in agreement. There'd be a trade if he falls past 3 for Drake May. Like, there has to be, man. Unless you're Ben, I don't know, whoever that.
DB got a whole lot of going on up in here.
All right, what we got here? Falcons made a trade. Since pick 8 and 43 to Chicago for Justin Fields in pick 9. Bears are on the clock at pick 8 now. Okay. Okay. Look at that. We got a deal in the works.
Hey, that's a smooth trade, though.
That is sending pick 43 to get ahead of the team that you're trading with.
So how's that look? Pick 9?
Yeah, pick 9 is the
Fields for 8 and 43.
Yep.
Spicy. I like it. I like it. All right. Chicago's up. With the 8th pick, the Bears are taking Dallas Turner, edge. We did get spicy here.
It's wild because I had Atlanta taking them or Jared Verse with that pick. So that's
Dallas Turner. All right, Falcons back up. DB out here dealing. Him and Sean are making moves.
Yeah,
I like it. Well, what do you think about that, though? The Falcons get the quarterback. Fields, Pitts, Drake London, Bijan. And they still pick at 9. And they really just gave up the second rounder.
Is it like automatic now that Justin Fields going to Atlanta? It just seemed like that's like the best place and everybody's talking about it.
It just feels right, don't it?
That's what I'm saying. And most times when it make too much sense, it don't happen, but it just make too much sense, man.
It feels like the best place. But I've also seen some rumblings of Fields could potentially end up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, like I would too.
I would like to see that too.
Arthur Smith again, man.
Yeah, please no.
No.
Please don't do that.
Let's just go Atlanta, man.
It would kill Fields for fantasy, but I would much rather see Fields quarterbacking the Steelers than Pickett or Mason Rudolph.
Definitely than Mason Rudolph. Not a big fan.
Fields end up in Atlanta, man. Book me. I'm going down there for a game. I promise you that. Ain't no question.
Yeah, I'll probably buy a Justin Fields Atlanta.
Oh, for sure. I'm going. I just left there. I'm telling you, I'm going right back.
I'd have a tough time picking between the black or the red alternate. I wouldn't know what to do.
I got that black one, man. That black one fire, man.
All right, so we got nobody for the Jets. Group pick here. This is where it was. Jared Verse went to the Falcons. Give them an edge rusher. They got their quarterback. This is a bang-up job here by DB managing the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say that. Who the Jets taking here? Fashano's gone. Alt's gone. Brocky Bowers, maybe?
They could go Bowers.
That's the sexy pick, but I think they need an O-line so bad, man.
I feel like you go Fuaga.
Yeah, if they took Bowers, a lot of Jet fans would be happy, but the moment Aaron Rodgers gets sacked 5 times in one game, they won't be screaming at the top of their lungs. Like,
all right. Hey, say less. Fuaga it is. We replace disappointing Becton with another monster.
But I wouldn't mind Brock Bowers there though. But you can't have can't have your cake and eat it too sometimes.
DB on the clock here with the Vikings and Roma Dunze still chilling. Brock Bowers still chilling. I like this. This isn't a dynasty fantasy football draft. This is a real NFL draft. A couple of edge rushers in the top 10. We ain't messing around, boys.
Yep.
Ooh, DB did bring up a good one, though. A Dunze across from Garrett Wilson. Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall. Get me a little excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of good options for the Jets, and I think it very much comes down to what does Aaron Rodgers think?
Yep.
Like,
Aaron Rodgers definitely have to say something.
They made all that they did that huge trade for him, and he's publicly basically said that he wanted the Packers to take a wide receiver for him in the first round, and they never did. And I would think that the Jets would at least listen to him and see what does he think. Does he want the lineman or does he want the offensive playmaker?
Well, maybe they go get his boy Odell. He wanted Odell last year, so maybe they go sign him for some money.
If I am the Broncos here, a gift has just fallen into my lap with J.J. McCarthy. Latu went to the Vikings by DB. Like that pick for them. But J.J. McCarthy still being around, and Sean Payton doesn't have to trade up at all to get a quarterback that he's going to hitch his wagon to for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years, however long he decides to stay there. So
that might be the steal of the draft right there.
It was a tough one for me to also think that maybe they try to run it back with Russ, but that relationship just seems like it's fucked.
He already said he'd take vet minimum to get out of there, so I think he's gone.
I think it's over. So I thought about a Dunze for a second. I was like, nah, come on, keep it real. Keep it real. They need the quarterback. It isn't going to be Jared Stidham. All right. Las Vegas Raiders are up being made by nobody. Okay. Interesting. Vegas just watched J.J. McCarthy go right before them, so looks like it's maybe Russ. Maybe Russ at free agency. What do the Raiders do, Coop?
There's a few different ways that I could go with
You
him
tell him,
here.
Warner.
I got my pick, man. I got my pick for sure.
I'm feeling a little bit spicy. Like I could see doing like a Drazon Newton or something like that to him. Like go on that defense, like bolster that defensive interior. But I feel like it's either that or they end up going to the corners and they get like a Terrion Arnold or somebody like that.
Or the best corner in the draft, Cooper DeJean.
Or Cooper DeJean. Although he's been falling recently. I don't.
Not going to work out at the combine, still recovering from his foot injury. So
yeah, so he'll make it later in the draft, just as a result of that.
More than likely, yes. Really excited to see him potentially work out because he is a freak of an athlete. Don't let the white corner thing fool you. He's fast. He's fast. He makes fast people look not fast. Fizz, what do you think for the Raiders?
Well, Coop just went the other guy, but I was gonna say D-line too. I was gonna take Byron Murphy, so I was gonna go D-line as well.
Oh, I like the Byron Murphy pick too, and this boy is about to put on a fucking show this weekend.
Yeah, I would say Byron Murphy will be my pick, but Coop went D-line as well. So I mean, either or, but I think that'll be if the quarterback's gone, and I could just see them playing, that defensive, gritty game. So I would go D-line interior.
Let's do a little projecting. Byron Murphy does put on a show this week. That's the pick right there. That's a pick. Yep. He might not even be here after this after this weekend.
Yeah,
that guy's a freak. That guy's a freak. New Orleans Saints, another group pick. What are the Saints doing here?
So many things they need that it's like whatever you take, you can't go wrong with those guys, man. What if Brock Bowers went here? I wouldn't want to see it, but I mean,
if he's, not to say we've done it before.
Yep.
We've put Bowers to the Saints. I mean, the Saints don't have a good tight end, and the only thing that I'm concerned about is I do feel like the Saints need some of that edge offensive line help, and I don't know whether Bowers is that type of tight end that you want to be that George Kittle type and be that second tackle on the edge.
Yep, I'm with you too. I don't think his frame's big enough for it right now.
I mean, I wouldn't want, but I'm just saying he's sliding a little bit.
I don't think he's sliding too much further, to be honest.
The one that stands out to me is Rome Odunze still being here.
Yeah, I think Odunze will probably be the right pick if we just wanted to help the team out and get them some points and But they need so much, man. Just close your eyes and pick for them. I'm with whatever y'all want to pick.
All right, final answer, Coop.
Pick let's go Rome Odunze for him.
Yep, I agree.
Rome Odunze. All right, Indianapolis Colts are up on being made by Shannon.
Brock Bowers was already made. He's put it in, Shannon. Put it in.
I'd also be very upset if I was the Colts too, and I just got Rome Odunze sniped. One pick in front of me, like Odunze Pittman. Oh yeah.
I mean, they need a tight end though, man. They get Brock Bowers. That might be a blessing,
They got one. His name's Will Mallory. All right, you heard it here first.
I mean, they got like 8 tight ends right now. I don't know who the starter is, but
they don't need a starter. They just have everyone.
Yeah, they literally have everyone.
Oh yeah. Sean didn't take long on that one.
Yeah,
he's like, nah.
Hey, I bet you he was sitting there waiting for us to decide whether we were doing Odunze or Bowers, and was just going with the other one.
Just imagine being a Colts fan and you waiting, and then that come up. Like, man, I would go crazy that night.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what about Seahawks here? Another blank one.
Maybe Newton. Maybe this is the Newton pick right here.
Drazon Newton. I get by that.
I wouldn't mind that. I think they need more of an edge rusher though, honestly. But
you already had 3 go off the board.
Yeah.
And I think you're reaching if you're trying to go for any of the other edge rushers here.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I just threw Newton out.
I mean, could you go with? I mean, I keep seeing this guy like keep rising slowly. You could go JPJ. go for that interior offensive line for him and hopefully help shore up some of that line, protect Geno Smith, because we saw that Geno Smith he does well when he's able to stand in the pocket, and he does really bad if he can't.
Yeah, I mean they got Ken Walker and they got a run game, so I wouldn't mind JPJ either.
Let's go JPJ. I like him too, and he's got at least he had one of the best mullets I've ever seen. So good on that guy. My old man's up here in the building too. What's up, Dad?
What's up, Pops?
Colts need to protect AR's fragile. I think AR is going to be fine. Just learn to get the fuck down, man. Slide. Get out of bounds. All right? I understand you're big, but Jesus, just chill. Tucci said they needed a center too, so I like that one. Tucci, you got the stamp of approval. JPJ. Jacksonville Jaguars being made by me. This one. It's tough.
Is it Cooper DeJean time?
I'm going to go with your theory, though. Him not working out at the combine is going to let some other people rise. One of the people I think is going to rise is Nate Wiggins is probably going to run really fucking fast. Really fast. Quinion got the Senior Bowl bump. I think Nate Wiggins gets combine bump. So Nate Wiggins, first cornerback off the board.
Okay.
Rams making the pick. By me.
No, it's Buffalo. Bengals. The Bengals.
Bengals. My bad. Bengals.
I said Buffalo. I'm tripping.
Who we got for the Bengals? Nobody. All right. Who we picking for the Bengals?
I'm going to go Mims, man. I'm taking Mims right now with this pick.
He's healthy, too. I just saw the report that he's going to work out at the combine, so he's good to go.
I'm going Mims. I think Latham been sliding a little bit. I'm going to take Mims.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fine with Mims as that choice. I was thinking of going tackle for them, too, so.
All right. Mims. All right, now I pick for the Rams. And Coop, I'm going to go with your boy, Quinion. Second cornerback off the board. Pittsburgh, up on the clock being made by, I don't know, is it one of them random ones? Nope, Coop.
Nope, I think I signed up for him. I think I'm going to go ahead here, and you just end up going with Terry and Arnold. You grab them a corner. I mean, they seem to be the kind of team that likes to do that, so.
Oh, we got a hell of a run right here, boys.
Yeah, it's a good run. That's like those drafts when we had like 3 receivers go back to back to back. Just that cornerback run right here.
All right, Fizz. Dolphins are up on the clock. Do they keep the quarter streak going or going somewhere else?
Unfortunately, no, we don't. This is where we take J.C. Latham, man. Protect our $200 million quarterback that's about to sign with us. And,
future caster right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're gonna pay him. They're gonna have to pay him something. I ain't saying 200 was gonna be guaranteed, but they're gonna have to pay him a nice little penny. So we're gonna go J.C. Latham for them.
Dad's a Dolphins fan. He approves. Protect his quarterback.
I got you, Pops. You know I got you.
Protect his quarterback. Mm-hmm. They do need a corner though. They just cut Xavier Howard too. So.
Yep,
DB. They just dropped one. X is gone. So it's just the Jalen Ramsey and Cater Kohu. I got it right. First try. Look at me go. Show right now. But he's more Nickelback. Who's picking for my Eagles? Dynasty Barry. Don't mess this
DB.
up.
I know you got to trade, man. They trading back 3 rounds or something. Who knows what DB got cooking over there, man.
Better take Cooper DeJean.
There you go.
Let's go, my man.
Got you. I think y'all worked that out before we got on the show, man. We're going to talk about it, though.
The best part, too, is if the haters are right that he could only play a safety, we need a safety bad. He made a hell of a safety, but he's a good corner. Good corner. Houston, surprisingly, Houston Texans with the late pick. Fizzle.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I actually wanted to go Brian Thomas, but to see Newton still here, I got to go Newton, man, on this pick. Why not show up the D-line a little bit, put a little pressure on them quarterbacks in the AFC South. So I'm going to go Newton, man. Only because he slid. If he wasn't here, I might have went Brian Thomas, but I'm going to go Newton with this pick because he's still here.
That defense is surely becoming nasty, especially after that pick. Man.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not like they need another receiver anyway, but that Brian Thomas to me would take them over the top. But if Newton falling, man, he don't need to go no further. And I think Dallas is pretty. Dallas
yeah.
might be pretty pissed off that Newton is gone. I sniped my own team, but it'd be like that sometime, you know.
All right, well, Christian's picking for the Cowboys this time. Thoughts and prayers to Christian too, man. Been in the hospital here this past weekend, sick, so hopefully he gets better. But he was able to write in his picks for us. He's going to take Kool-Aid McKinstry. This is number 1.
Okay.
Corner. Ooh, look at that. We get all the PFF grades. Just had to click in the right spot. What do you think about Kool-Aid to your Cowboys?
Yeah, I like the pick, man. You know, I used to have Kool-Aid going to Pittsburgh a little, and that's a little earlier. So I like the pick for sure. I think we definitely need to address the D line a little more. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with DeMarcus Lawrence and his contract, but
right.
I know Dallas, man. One thing I know about them, they find D linemen, they just like to be cheap. They wait till the end of free agency and just pay guys like Flowers and a whole bunch of people, just get them $2 million to run around and do something. So I wouldn't mind Kool-Aid, man. He'll fit right in with the defense for sure.
Kuba, you're up with the Packers. What are you doing with the Pack here? Go Pack, go! And if you watch Saturday Night Live, you can even get a butt plug that sings that song. Apparently, thanks Shane Gillis.
Yep.
Hell no.
And knowing all of that, I think you kind of go the safe play with the Packers, and you go Fatuanu.
Fatuanu, let's
go. And just get yourself a tackle.
Yep,
and
makes sense.
Yeah,
like
slot it right in.
Tampa Bay up. Fizz picking for Tampa.
Oh damn, I ain't picking for Tampa. Okay, all right.
You love them Florida teams, man. Love
them. And it's wild because I thought he was going to fall, which I should have been a little smarter. But I actually thought JJ was going to fall this far. I was going to take JJ for them, but he's gone. So
not if I'm in this mock draft.
Yeah, I know. I was wishing on a prayer, but
you're gonna have a hard time getting JJ to make it past really like the 15th pick of the draft because
you're right.
Tough.
You're right.
Mike's trading up with somebody to get him. It doesn't matter who.
For sure. But I mean, with us needing a lot, you know, we need a lot with this team. But we're gonna sign Baker Mayfield and make that sound right. And most likely Mike Evans is gone to the Chiefs or something. So we're gonna go Troy Franklin, man. Troy Franklin is gonna replace Mike Evans, and we're gonna start fresh, you know. Chris Godwin gonna, you know, be the vet in that room. So Troy Franklin is the pick for me.
His tape, we watched it on Friday night in the Discord, the patrons, and it's interesting, right? He has some moments where he looks like I nicknamed him TVS Troy Valdez Scantling because he just has some terrible concentration drops running wide open. You're like, what are you doing? Route running is decent enough. Like it's not. You're not gonna go, oh my gosh. He has a ridiculous outside release though. Like if he kind of runs that outside seam, oh my god, it's nasty. Bo Nix definitely held him back at times. He has a great slant route. If Bo Nix could actually hit him in stride a few more times, like the guy is house calling just about everything. So he's just a smooth mover. But
if you go look at those Oregon and Washington the Oregon and Washington game, man, Troy Franklin was on the money that game, man. That was like one of his biggest games. I love that game, man. I like Matthew, that Trey Palmer, man. I love Trey Palmer, but he ain't taking over Mike Evans' spot though, brother. I'm sorry to say that. So.
Shannon is up with the Cardinals. Probably the biggest thing I came away from Detroit Franklin is he's good, but there's definitely a tier break after Adunze, at least in my opinion. I've watched Marv, I've watched Adunze, I've watched Neighbors, and now I've watched Troy Franklin, and there's a clear difference. Unfortunate for Troy, he's the last one. We just watched 3 elite guys in a row, and then it's like, you kind of walk away going, oh, I'm underwhelmed, but it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Oh, no. Don't start this Trey Palmer stuff. Never trust a Husker, man.
Like I said, I like Trey, man, but he not taking over Mike Evans, though, man. You know, come on, Matthew, man.
Cardinals get a tackle here. So they went Neighbors first, and then they come back with tackle. I don't mind that Graham Barton.
Yeah, I like that pick.
I get behind that one. Buffalo Bills. Shannon, you had back-to-back picks. Who the Bills taking? Oh, he was quick on that one.
Yeah, he was quick on that. Brian Thomas, man. He saw him sitting there.
He wasn't messing around.
Yeah.
He wasn't messing around.
He wasn't.
Redwood's up with Detroit. We'll see what he makes. But what do you think about the Brian Thomas pick? Josh Allen's got his new play toy.
Yeah. So what do you think about between Brian Thomas and Troy Franklin? Like who you think should go for first?
Personally, I like Brian Thomas a little bit more than Troy Franklin. Kind of have the same skill set a little bit. Troy Franklin's got the little bit better body.
But
he is a taller, skinnier guy, but Troy Franklin is like sub 190 pounds. Like, he is very unique in how he's built as a wide receiver, so it's interesting.
And see, I was saying that a reason why I asked that is because if Mike Evans leave, I just like Troy Franklin more for Tampa. But I would take Brian Thomas over him in another scenario. I just think the better body size and with the height, I would just go with Franklin with Tampa versus Brian Thomas, though.
Yeah.
But overall, I like Brian Thomas more than Troy Franklin.
I do. I like Brian Thomas more. So I did see something on the old Twitter sphere, X, whatever the hell you want to call it, that people were trying to put Troy Franklin like in that same tier as Adunze and Neighbors and Marv, and
nah,
not for me, man.
No good.
Brian Thomas also does not belong in that tier, but if I had to pick between the two out of the next tier, I like Brian Thomas a little bit more. He's as much as I love Keon, I'm interested to see how this combine shakes out. It's going to be a big one for Keon at the combine. See how he comes out and runs and jumps. But if we get the combine fizz and we leave the combine and Keon was just kind of whelming, doesn't have to be underwhelming, but just whelming.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a new wide receiver 4 real fast. It's probably going to be Thomas.
Well, I think this is his time to show, man. He got to do it this week, though. He got to do it this week. This is his interview, you know.
Yep. Coop, you're up with the Ravens.
Yeah. I've seen this mocked a couple times, and I really, really like it, actually. I'm going to go Chop Robinson for the Ravens.
Ooh, okay. His biggest thing is not the greatest run defender, but damn it, can he get after the QB?
Yep.
Damn, can he get after the QB? Just use him in that role. I like that pick for him. Who's picking for the Niners? Shannon, 49ers. Oh, he was fast on that one, too. Rich get richer.
Gotta be Geiger, man. That was my pick for them, for sure.
All right, the one we're all waiting for. The Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs. Being made by me. Feels like Mike Evans is like a foregone conclusion, don't it, Fizz?
Yeah, it does, man. And if he's not, then I don't know what they're doing. Either one of them. Mike Evans should want to go there, and they should want him to go there. So, gotta be.
I think if that's a foregone conclusion that he's going, got a tough one between two guys I'm staring at right now.
But before you pick, right, I'm gonna ask you this: if Mike Evans doesn't go, do they really need a receiver in the first round? I don't really think so. I think okay. Nope. I just want to make sure I wasn't tripping because
they don't need one. But I'm sure they would like one.
Yeah. Just making sure I ain't tripping.
Hey, I think even if they don't end up with Mike Evans, they're likely to be a team that just gets a second round wide receiver. And they roll it back with what they have. They tack on one guy, and then they also maybe go and get like a Tyler Boyd in free agency or somebody like that.
Yep.
Like they just have a slew of the smaller guys.
Donnell Mooney or something, you know.
They've shown they don't need the huge number one alpha wide receiver to win a Super Bowl. So why do you need to go get one now?
Yeah.
All right.
Now when they're going to have so many other holes.
I would want to taking Jordan Morgan here. Could possibly play right tackle, but could also slide inside and maybe possibly help shore up the inside of that offensive line is a thought. But Darius Robinson, big fan of him after watching his Senior Bowl tape. Get him another edge rusher. They did lose Amenahu late in the playoffs to that injury. You did kind of see that came into play a little bit in the Super Bowl. They just couldn't get pressure from one side, and it was all Chris Jones all the time. Now, he's phenomenal, but let's get him some help. So Darius Robinson to help him off the edge.
Yeah, good
Carolina
pick.
Panthers. All right, Panthers sitting here. Let's do it.
Hey.
He's a good lad. Get him a receiver. This is another guy at the...
I thought they was going to go receiver.
Kind of a good.
I'm paying attention this week, man. I'm good this week. Last week, I don't know what I was on last week.
Xavier Worthy be in consideration here, too. Stretch.
Yep.
To really stretch that field, the explosiveness. I just love Ladd. I think Ladd's going to surprise a lot of people at the Combine. We kind of just... Because he's white, right? He's a slot receiver. He's Hunter Renfrow. He's, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker. That's what he is, right? He might come out running the 4.4s, and then all of a sudden people are going, "What the fuck? This boy can move."
He's a good lad.
So I'm excited for the lad here. Let's go. Pats are on the clock, being made by me. Oh boy. Oh boy. Do I do it?
I think you do it.
Do I do it?
Pete, you're scrolling down. See, I was thinking you succumbed to the Dynasty Berry.
No. That guy's ass. Michael Penix. Sorry, Mac. R.I.P. my other love. Let's go Penix at the top of the second round.
Let's go, man. Give Penix some love, man. I'm tired of the Penix hate out here, man.
Right. Hopefully they spend that money in free agency, shore up the offensive line, get him another weapon or two to go with Marv, and then boom. Now you got a guy who can just sit back there in the pocket and deal all over the place. Hand off to Ramondre. I like it.
Man. I like that.
Do you think Penix starts week 1?
No. I would assume that they roll him in slowly. I would assume they roll him in slowly. They'll probably just trot Bailey Zappi's broke ass out there for a couple weeks. We'll get the feel of the offense, and then boom. All right, now Marv's locked in. Our free agents kind of got their footing under them, and now we go.
Let's go, man. I'm tired of this Penix hate.
Look at that. Another tackle. Didn't Mims already go? No. Yes.
Yeah, Mims went. I took Mims earlier.
Yeah. Marius Mims already gone.
Yeah, he went to the Bengals.
Yeah, and Sean and you took a tackle earlier. I don't mind the 2 tackles. You need one of those guys to play guard, though, because you got that kid out of Ohio State last year who was a stud. See what you come up with, Sean. Do some thinking.
They can go Morgan or Broswell, man, honestly.
They could also use another. They could use another wide receiver to be complete.
Oh, it took Sweat. They're taking Sweat and taking your boy Sweat.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Sweat's a good choice.
With the bounce back. Good pick. Commanders. Mighty Booch. He had Amarius Mims too, but it's not going to happen. Then he had Graham Barton. No good. Jordan Morgan. His next pick, though. We do got a Jordan Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Morgan. I like that. We'll have to go back and see this. Come on. He's the same age as Bo Nix. They're both old. That's a bit of this. Love it. Jesus. Yeah. Well, Trip Crown's got a good point. There's no reason for Romo to have such bad college production. I said the same thing about Donovan Peoples-Jones, Nico Collins. You went to Michigan as a wide receiver. RIP your production. So you just hope they pick it up at some point. Los Angeles Chargers. Being made by me. I got to think back, man. What did I do with the Chargers? Joe Alt. All right.
Is that a Donovan Mitchell time?
Keon Coleman time, baby.
Oh, there we go. All right, my man. Thank you, sir.
Keon
I'm talking
Coleman
about
time.
Mike, my guy tonight, man.
As much hate as Keon gets, like I said, if he's just whelming at the combine, I don't see the Adonai Mitchell thing over him. I cannot do that. They both have warts. Adonai's got more warts, in my opinion. I get it, the whole, he caught a touchdown every college football playoff game he was in. I get it. He also disappeared at times during the regular season, and I forgot he was even on the Texas team. Oh, yeah, he's still out there. Tennessee Titans are up. Koopa.
Tennessee Titans.
You took Fashanu first. We're going in the second.
I think the Titans are a little salty that you took Keon, man. That would have been a good pick for them too.
Could have. I don't know about the Titans necessarily feeling like they need to go wide receiver. I think that they're the kind of team that they might stick pat on their offensive skill positions. And I think that they switch up a little bit here. They go Tyler Nubin.
Tyler Nubin. Found it out here saying they get busted consecutive drafts. That's a shot at Keon. Oh, New York Giants. All right.
That's you, right, Mike?
Yep. I want Drake May in the first. we need wide receivers. We need weapons.
For sure.
All right, I'll stop with the Adonai Mitchell hate, though. Or at least I can put Adonai in there.
Yeah, that's a good
Drake
pick.
May. They need him. I think Jatavian Sanders would be interesting, but I imagine they try to run Waller's broken ass out there at least one more year.
I mean, this is like a Commander's pick. This Sanders pick right here, man. I think we did that one time before, though. If I'm mistaken.
All right. Who do we have for the Commanders? It was the Mighty Booch. So he had Jordan Morgan. Oh, yeah. All right. You know what his number one pick was, Fizz?
Who?
Jatavian Sanders.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, hey, you got that quarterback over there. Give him some weapons.
Let's go. Coop, you got the Packers, if I'm not mistaken. You went Fatuanu the first time.
Went Fatuanu the first time.
Pats winning the draft, bro.
Everyone else that I was going for, you sniped in front of me in the past couple picks, or I sniped from myself. What are they? I'm trying to remember. What's their center situation? Would Frazier make sense for them here?
They could. Because
I'm feeling like Frazier has fallen a little further than I see Frazier as like a fringe end of first round, early second round guy. So if they could handle it, I think Frazier would be a good pick here.
It's also one of those guys too, like they're kind of interchangeable whether they play center or guard. So just taking an interior offensive lineman ain't the worst thing. Find the guy who's most comfortable at center, and the other guy plays a guard, and all of a sudden you go, okay, we did all right here. We've seen it numerous times. Saints did it. I brought up the Eagles, but remember they had McCoy and then Ruiz took back-to-back centers, and now one of them plays guard. They're doing just fine there. So
yeah, we'll go Frazier for him.
They do got Myers, so
they do got Myers. Yeah,
still Frazier.
Let's go Frazier.
Okay.
We'll make someone else have to decide whether they want to keep going with those corners.
That works. DB, you're up with Minnesota. See what Minnesota does here. What did he do in the first part? Running back Kirk Latu. And he did say that they were going to re-sign Kirk and run that back. So see what they do here.
I felt like
Did Frazier break his leg? Must miss that if he did.
I feel like Chris Broswell falling, man. He might be getting picked soon.
Yeah. There's still some good players, man. I like this second round. There it is, man. And we knew Chris Jenkins wasn't going to stay. Death, Taxes, Bo Nix, and Chris Jenkins from Dynasty Barry. Knew it. Chicago Bears are up. Shannon, back up again. Bears have had a nice draft. Nice draft. This is that second rounder they got for the Justin Fields trade. Trade back one pick, picked up a second from Atlanta. See what they do here. So far, Bears, Dallas Turner. I followed that up with Caleb Williams.
Right.
Right? Jesus. The number one pick. Pack going to lose out on Jair Alexander. Yeah, Dan was really pushing for a corner for the Packers. Should have took Cooper DeJean a long time ago, man.
Yeah. They could have needed to trade up a little bit, but,
Should have moved up, man. Got to get them Iowa corners. Pack love the Iowa players. Took a guy in the first last year from Iowa. Let's get another one. Which that one was surprising, man. I still never really understood the Lucas Van Ness thing. I watched him a long time at Iowa. Who are the wide receivers left? There you go. Feels early for all of them. Oh, except that guy. There it is, Sean.
No, Xavier's gone, brother.
Little Xavier Worthy.
Oh, no, he's still there. I'm tripping.
Xavier Worthy, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Caleb. Well, I kind of fuck with that. Let's go Worthy, he says. Let's do it. Las Vegas Raiders are up. Group pick here. Back up. What do we do with the Raiders the first time around? Byron Murphy.
Byron Murphy.
What are the Raiders here doing the second round, boys?
I mean, I'm just thinking, who do they have at quarterback?
Oh, you said quarterback?
Are they the kind of team that would have gone out and they would have signed Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
He feels like
So,
I know you probably thinking Bo Nix, but I don't think they're gonna go Bo Nix.
Well, that's what I was saying. If they didn't get Russell Wilson, I feel like the obvious move would be to go Bo Nix. But I feel like they're the team that they don't necessarily want to go off of a second round rookie quarterback. They've filled it in free agency, and so they're gonna go somewhere else.
Not gonna lie, too. Aiden O'Connell's much better than Bo Nix. If I was them, I would just stick with Aiden O'Connell.
I don't think if Bo Nix is even there and they don't have Russ, I don't think they would go Bo Nix. I believe if Josh McDaniels was there, maybe, but I don't see Antonio Pierce saying, "Let's get Bo Nix." I don't see it.
He probably hates that guy. Could we give him Braswell?
I wanted to say Braswell, but I was gonna go cornerback. But I mean, I would say defense for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was feeling corner too.
They could use a linebacker too, and Antonio Pierce is a linebacker. Could he fall in love with Peyton Wilson? Yeah,
I mean, I would definitely think defense to me, regardless of what position.
Guyton already off the board, Dan. Otherwise, that'd be an easy one for them.
But Braswell is falling, man.
Mm-hmm.
We go Braswell. Pair him up with Max.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go Braswell.
Yeah,
Saints are up. Another group pick. Who are we picking for the Saints here? First time around. Dunze fell to him.
Okay. I would go O-line at some point for them.
I don't think we got really shit left for tackles.
Yeah, I don't think
unless you're a fan of Kingsley.
I mean, they could use D-line, O-line, corner.
They can use a lot.
Yeah.
Like I said, they need so much stuff, man. This team is a mess.
My gut is saying what would cost them a lot of money if they were to go in free agency. Like, that's who they should get as a rookie.
D-line.
Yep.
And so if you're looking at D-line, like, you get yourself we've got like a couple edge rushers that are still floating around here. Like, I'm of the brain just because I grew up watching a lot of Penn State football, and so I still do somewhat. Like, I'm always going to have a soft spot in my heart for the Penn State players, and there's a bunch of them here that probably are that second round value. So I could like go with Disa Isaac. I could also decide, hey, I want to go like a Braylon Trice.
You're right.
I'm not too against somebody like that either.
Let's see if they got any interior defensive linemen that are worth a shit that kind of stand out to us. No. We kind of pick them things clean, boys.
Yeah, that D-line is shredded, man.
Got a few edge. You got some linebackers. You got a couple corners that are interesting. Pretty sure offensive tackles getting pretty thin too.
I would go cornerback, man. I think you just need a corner, and I mean, they need a lot of stuff, man. But value-wise, I'm guessing a corner.
I don't mind. Let's give him an edge rusher. Feels like they like to do that. Let's go with your boy Isaac.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Like I said, you can't go wrong with them to me. We got them Brock Bowers, and
Shannon's up with the Colts.
Oh no, they weren't receiver. They weren't receiver the first one. Now the coach should take a corner right here.
They could use one.
Yep.
In case they got a matchup with Trey Palmer, who seems to be a popular guy in the chat.
Hey, go ahead.
Took Brock Bowers in the first. Lassiter So he's happy. He's happy that they passed.
Yeah, that's a great pick for them.
All right, I'm back up with the Giants here.
You got back-to-back pick too.
Drake May.
So the Giants got 2 seconds.
Yep. Man, they got their big body wide receiver. I could add another one in Roman Wilson. Oh, let's go ahead. Peyton Wilson. Let's get him a linebacker. They could use it.
Good solid pick.
They could.
The Eagles got 2 seconds too. How y'all keep selling all this stuff, man?
Now I got to pick for the Jags here. Where do we go with the Jags first time? Nate Wiggins. Do we have any interior offensive linemen worth a shit?
Just getting ugly, man.
Haynes is worth it.
Cedric Von Prawn.
Oh, Von Prawn too. Yep.
Let's go. Give him an interior guy. They need guard and center, so they'll figure it out. Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals. Group pick here. First time around for the Bengals. We went Amarius Mims. They got their tackle. Now what are they doing here in the second round? They're franchising tagging T. Higgins too, so we can throw that shit out the window.
Mm-hmm.
We think Charlie Jones is going to take over for Tyler Boyd, play that slot role?
I think he showed enough. They should give him a shot.
Yeah. He definitely earned enough. He earned a shot at it for sure.
They might find somebody in free agency for cheap too, just to bring in as a Just
like I said, I feel like a Donnell Mooney can go to a team and definitely open up the field a little bit. So won't cost a lot.
Let's go. Let's give him Cade Stover at tight end. Keep him in a. No, where are we going with the Bengals here? Tight end, tackle, defensive line. We already addressed tackle, and we've established defensive line is a shit show.
Yeah, it's getting ugly, man.
Yes, pretty good at linebacker. So I couldn't really see Cooper. Safety, possibly. I mean, Jesse Bates losing him was he balled out in Atlanta. Could they replace him?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you won't replace him, but you could try to fix the problem.
you can fix the hole, yeah.
Yeah, facts.
We still got Bullard up here, right?
Yep. You're right.
Javon Bullard's still hanging around.
Yeah, I think you could go Bullard and try to
I like Bullard.
That deep
I like
secondary.
Bullard.
He will do what they call it, Moneyball. We're gonna recreate him in the aggregate.
And then look, we get to steal that pick from Philly, man. Philly might have made that move, so go ahead and get Bullard out the way.
All right, who's picking for my Eagles? DB did so good. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., my man.
That's back to back weeks, right?
Yes. Yep. Just
it's
fits.
the first linebacker of the draft too.
Second one, I took Peyton Wilson.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. L.A. Rams up, being made by me. All right, what did I go with the old Rams first time? Quinion, give him a corner. Can we do the Rams here?
Do you go Bo Nix here? You just let him sit for 2 years?
I actually don't hate that one. But here's the thing, man. It's been brought up. I don't remember which podcast I was listening to. You're playing with house money if you're the Rams, right? You're supposed to be ass. Yeah. Made the playoffs, right? You have a very short window with Matt Stafford still around. Do you really want to be burning first or second round picks on down the road, right? Or if you're kind of Sean Payton and those guys, do you go, we're doing whatever we can just to get back to it? I think I would lean to we're just going to do what we can to add as much talent as possible to this roster and try to make another run again.
Yeah, that's always been my approach, man. But if Bo Nix kind of falling this far, I wouldn't mind that either. But I'm with you. We're going to do whatever it takes to win right now. Like, forget the future. Because they clearly trade away their first rounders anyway. They don't care about the future. So they want to win now. But I don't mind getting Bo Nix either, though.
Right.
If not, I think the Steelers might should take them. Just they got that controversy with Pickett. So,
man, it's a tough one here, boys.
It is.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make the decision. We're gonna give Medger and Cooper linebacker.
Okay.
Shred the defense a little bit more. We're going to go for it for the Rams. Screw that Bo Nix.
Yeah. Let the Steelers have him. Let them figure it out.
Yeah, they can have Bo Callahan. Nobody went to his birthday. Cooper, you're picking for the Steelers.
Yeah. The thing is, if I'm the Steelers...
Terrion Arnold the first time.
Yeah, Bo Nix is here, but I just don't feel like that's a Steelers move.
It doesn't. It don't feel like it. You're right.
And so I can't bring myself as GM of playing the GM of the Steelers. We know what they're like, and so I'm not gonna go the Bo Nix route. My gut is that I've been really liking Christian Haynes. I think that he's somebody that we can see rising here over the next week, over the combine and all that stuff. I think that they could find a way to bring him in, slot him into that line. I mean, they like to really just charge up that run game. You got Arthur Smith back there as that coordinator. He's going to charge up that run game too. Like bolster the offensive line and make it that much stronger. Win in the trenches, the Steeler way.
The Steeler way.
The Steeler way.
Fizzle, picking for the Dolphins.
Yeah. I feel like you fell far enough, man. We're just going to help these guys out. And well, actually, no, I could go two different ways, but I'm gonna go TJ Tampa, man. They need some cornerback help. He fell far enough, so let's just take him right here.
TJ Tampa to Miami.
Right.
Something about that. DB, you're back up with my Eagles.
Yeah, I thought about safety, but they all can switch up and move around back there. So
I swear to God, DB though, don't mess us up by taking Bo Nix. Don't do it to me. He's been coming up aces though. DB's been on fire for the Eagles.
Nah, DB has.
Then the Cleveland Browns, man. One of these days, Adam will show up to pick for his Browns.
DB said he don't know it. He need to trade. Somebody need to trade with him. He don't know what's going on.
And actually, that's probably how we move, though. You'd probably trade. Probably trade back, try to get his 25 and like a third rounder this year, something like that. Or you send it away from somebody who's like disgruntled. All of a sudden, like Devontae Adams is in Philly. You're like, what the fuck? Why? Cam Kinchins. I can get behind that one.
No, I like that pick, actually.
I think I took him in the first mock, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did. You did.
The first round? Not Hicks. My bad. Got it. All right, Cleveland. Anybody sign up for the Cleveland Browns? Cooper did. All right, save Adam. Did.
Save Adam. All right.
Bo Nix.
I don't think I'm going to save him that way. I think it might be fun to go this route for them, and see what they like at the wide receiver position. I'm going to go with Jalen Polk.
I like that pick. I actually was thinking about that for Philly. If DB ain't know what to do, I was thinking about Polk for them.
Sneaky good.
I wasn't in the full Roma Dunze watch that we did. I guess it was 2 weeks ago. But when I was in there, I remember us looking at Jalen Polk and like, hey, this guy's actually doing decently well, even though we're watching the other guy.
Why Red was so mad, man? Red one ain't feeling that one.
So Christian, for your Dallas Cowboys, has selected Xavier Legette. What do you think about that, Fizz? I was listening to a roster watch with Coda Carpentier and Alex Dunlap, and they were talking just a little bit about Combine and the props, like the projections on Xavier Legette, if healthy, to be one of the fastest wide receivers at the Combine. Like we're talking 4'3", 227 pounds.
It was between Legette or Jonathan Brooks, man. I want to shake the room a little bit and just go with the running back. We don't take running backs anyway. And I thought about it, but I like that Legette pick, though.
Hey, man, Redwood's in here. Polk did look real good when we were watching that film. Stood out. Love it. He hates you, though. He hates you. You're picking for the Packers. Who you got here?
The Packers, who I get for them the first time again. I got them a tackle.
Actually,
Yeah.
It wasn't him. It was Brandon Allen.
So you got Frazier,
Yeah.
and you got Fatuano. So you really beefed up that offensive line.
I beefed up that O-line.
Running back?
I was thinking about it. Like, they could be the team to take the top one off the board.
Lose A.J. Dillon, bring in Braylon Allen, Jonathan Brooks, Trey Benson.
I feel like with the lack of running backs that they have in that room, I feel like you got to go Braylon Allen.
Just like a fucking hammer.
Brandon Allen.
But
again,
realistically, all of these running backs are also close to each other at the top.
Yeah, like you want to be the team that pulls the trigger first, you know?
It's also I could see any one of them being the first running back that
being
goes.
The guy. Yep.
And so it just comes down to, hey, who do you like? But I think for the Packers, I like Braylon Allen going there. So that's who I'll make that my pick here.
Keep him in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa. You're up, Fizz.
Man,
Miami.
We ain't gonna let it happen no longer, man. Bo Nix, we're gonna go ahead and get Bo. Let him sit behind good old Baker.
Hopefully Baker will teach him how to throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead, man, and just hope and pray that it all works out. But we're gonna take Bo while we still got him. So
my boy Mello hit us on the Friday night film watch party with the best line I've ever heard. Bo Nix is the only fucking quarterback I've ever seen scramble to throw a screen pass across the field.
Man, that's crazy.
Must evade pressure at all costs to throw that screen pass. All right. Houston's up. Fizz, you're picking for the Texans. Yep. You've been coming up aces for the Texans.
That's it. So I think I went D-line the first pick. So we gonna go Devontae Walker, man. We gonna change it up a little bit, man. Devontae Walker. We'll go receiver.
Another speedster down the field.
Yeah. I think we're gonna go Walker with this one, man. I like that. Add more speed, more weapons. So Walker it is for me.
All right, Sean, you're up with the Bills. Let's see what he does here.
Yeah, I like Walker for the Texans there. I feel like getting somebody to help out that wide receiver room, because we know they don't have like that top tier weapon, but I feel like they're kind of going a little bit of the Chiefs route of, hey, we've got a bunch of guys.
Yep.
And we're gonna let our quarterback dole it out to everyone. It's gonna be horrible for fantasy if you're trying to start any one of them in your lineup league. But if you got lots of best ball leagues,
I'm about to say best ball, baby. Best ball.
Just have them all. Somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah.
All right, Kingsley, and I'm not pronouncing that last name. Sua. That's as far as I'll get. Tackle to the Bills, picked by Redwoods. Or picked by Sean in here. Redwoods is up, said he was sniped. He's got to gather himself.
Red was, man, he out here playing Call of Duty, getting sniped up.
Yeah. Just like, what is that? Saving Private Ryan. Barry Pepper's character. Let's put me up to and within 1/2 mile of Sir Adolf Hitler. Pack your bags, boys. War's over. Haynes is not. That was the snipe by Koopa earlier. Koopa out here just digging down and deep in the depths.
Yep. I don't know. I came into this week with a lot of like interior offensive linemen where I was like, this guy should be higher. I feel like I've done that quite a few times this draft.
All right, another interior offensive lineman, Christian Mahogany. I don't even know. It's probably mahogany or whatever you wanted to say.
No,
but I just want to say mahogany.
You might say it right.
Just want to say mahogany.
I think it's probably mahogany, actually.
Yep. I think you got it right. I think you got it right.
Mahogany. You know, everybody with these last names, right? It was A Chain forever, and then it's like A Chain.
Yeah, man. Then we got Kenneth Walker change his name to Ken.
Yeah, you can't do that to me. All right, Baltimore Ravens are up. Koopa, picking for the Ravens. Who you got here?
Yeah. First time around, we got an edge rusher. And this time around, I mean, I feel like they need secondary help on that team. And I just feel like the way to go there. I mean, I feel like Kyrie Jackson is staring up here. PFF likes him. I don't know too much about him beyond that, but I don't really know who any of the other guys are. I at least know who Kyrie is.
Chrystal would be the one that would be interesting for me with the Harbaugh connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jim loved him to death. That was a big cog in their defense. Kind of a safety nickelback hybrid kind of guy. I think that'd be one they could sell him on. Kyrie Jackson does have some pretty good film. If you wanted to go like the safety route, I mean, it is Washington State, but Jay Nix did ball his fucking ass off this year. So, or there's always that. What is Vaki? Is he a safety? Is he a running back?
I don't know that the Ravens necessarily go safety. I think that they've gotten
Corner.
good enough safeties going on there. I think they end up going corner. So you know what? Go Sainer still. I like the Harbaugh connection. Like
Harbaugh connection.
I'm sure Jim is not happy with John taking his guys from him, but you know they'll live with it.
Took him earlier. 49ers are taking Malachi Corley for when Debo gets hurt this year. I like it. Talk about a physical ass wide receiver though, just to replace Debo, potentially. All right, last pick by the Chiefs. We got tripping here. Me. Look at that. All right, what did I do with Chiefs first time? Wasn't wide receiver Darius Robinson. Dude, we got some ballers down here too.
Is it receiver time or?
It does feel like it would be.
Yep.
Yeah, I think if they don't go one in the first, even with Mike Evans, they gotta at least make it seem like they're trying to.
Still hate all these defensive linemen. Maybe talk myself into Paul, Blake Fisher, possibly. You know what? Let's go to Carpenter's boy, Javon Baker. Let's go Javon Baker, wide receiver, finish it out here.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish it'd let me just sort this by round, but no dice. All right. Let's see here. First round picks, boys. Your favorite one out of the first round, then we'll do second rounders, and we'll bounce out of here. So you got Caleb, Jaden Daniels, Marv, Malik Neighbors, Joe Alt, Drake May, Fashanu, Dallas Turner, Jared Verse, Fuaga Latu, JJ McCarthy, Byron Murphy, Roman Dunze, Brock Bowers in your top 15. Any of those guys in the running for your favorite pick?
There's a few of them that could be in the running for like. I like seeing JJ McCarthy. Like I like that pick to Denver. But if I'm looking at who do I like as my favorite pick in terms of this guy will end up being a monster on that team, I really like Jazon Newton down there at the Texans. Like I think that's gonna really help him out a ton.
Fizz, stood out to you in the first.
In the first, I'm with you, Coop. I like that Newton pick. That was, of course, I made it, but I don't know, man. I know it's gonna be a lot of confusion, but I like Drake May falling in the New York, man. I feel like the coaching and the situation of having to reset at quarterback and fixing that team. I really like what they can probably do with Drake. I would like him more there than New England. So if he went to New York, man, it would be, like I said, a lot of confusion with Daniel Jones, but I think he can definitely make that team from the NFC least, we'll be the NFC East for real, you know? So I like that.
And get behind that one. My personal favorite is going to be J.J. McCarthy falling down to 12. The Broncos snatching him up. That's how they're going to fix their quarterback situation from here on out. JJ. So, good spot to be into if you're JJ and you kind of got some questions about how you are going to perform when you had to you didn't throw the football a whole lot. Why not go with Sean Payton, the kingmaker? So, much better than the last couple mocks where we've had to talk about Bo Nix at that spot. What about second round here? Anybody that kind of stood out to you right off the rip where you thought it was pretty good value? Interesting to talk about, Fizz?
I know this happened 2 weeks in a row, and this isn't I won't say this is my favorite, but I like this Jachavian Sanders to the Commanders. I just think giving Jaden Daniels, if he goes there, all the weapons he can get.
Yeah.
I really love that pick. Even with Logan Thomas still being there, I feel like, with Logan and Jahan Dotson being okay, just add another weapon. If you can't get it at receiver, get it at tight end. So I'm sitting here thinking of another guy that I want to say, but as of right now, that's my pick that I really like the most for right now.
Coop?
For some reason, I don't know why I didn't necessarily care for it as much as the first week, but the second week that we did it with getting Jeremiah Trotter to the Eagles.
I was just about to say that, Coop. I'm looking at it right now.
I have for some reason last week I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. But this week I'm like, that was actually really good.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is that has done that for me, but sometimes just things you look at it a second time, you're like, oh, that's way better. Like that's just doing that for me, and I really like that one. I also really like seeing Jalen Polk end up going to the Browns. I think the Browns could really use a wide receiver who can do something across the field from Amari Cooper. And so I think Polk can fit in well, and maybe we see Deshaun Watson able to put the ball out to his receivers somewhere. We've seen Njoku come alive for him. He has a second receiver. He maybe has enough options there that he won't fall flat on his face.
Like it. All right. Devondre Sweat pick. Falling down. That's potential first rounder. Cardinals nab him early part of the second round. They get their dynamite weapon on offense in the first round, and then they come back and get a stalwart defensive player for him. So, love that pick there. But I'm with you, Fizz. Like, just that whole sequence by the Commanders right there. Those two picks early, surrounding Jaden Daniels, if that's their guy, with the weapons. Get him another offensive lineman, shore it up a little bit, but then get him another safety blanket at tight end. Right. Yep. And somebody who can, he's not the greatest blocker, but he definitely has potential just because of that frame to be an asset in the running game. Right now, it's probably a negative, if we're being completely honest about it. So
look, don't forget Penix with Marvin Harrison either, man. That's a nice solid steal for them in a second.
Penix, Harrison, all of a sudden, New England doesn't seem like such a shitty offense.
It don't seem that bad, man.
Yeah, we can talk ourselves into it. All right, man. That's rookie mock number. I don't know what we on here. Seven in the books. Yep. Next one we'll do be another 2-rounder right after the combine. We'll see if we can get any surprises, and then we'll start moving into 3-rounders. We'll bang those out right up to the NFL draft. 3-round mocks, the important rounds. Maybe if we get pretty efficient, we'll stretch her out to 4, maybe 5, and definitely before the NFL draft, we'll give you a full 7-rounder. We'll give you that psychotic stream. We just got to make the time. Time.
We'll start 2 hours early to make sure we get it done.
2 hours early, yeah. That's interesting. What a way to end it too. The Russ situation. Apparently, Sean was just yelling at him, blaming Russ, trying to get him to get a reaction so they could void his contract. That's how you try to test people. Like, come on, do something that's conduct detrimental to the team. You know you want to.
It would not be unlike Sean Payton to come up with something like that, though, to try and help his team out.
That's pretty fucked up, though. That's dirty, Sean. Hey, you do rust like that. That's going to do it here for another episode of Mock Draft Mayhem. Coop, thanks for being on. Fizz, as always, appreciate you guys. Everybody who tuned in, tune in next week. We'll be back at it again. Same time, same place. We're out of this thing. Peace.